Hey guys, it's Rite, and it's my cast when damage taken Forbidden Rite Soul Rent Occultist. This build costs minimum 100 divines, and in my version is around 150 divines. First let's talk about items. We use unique stuff Cane of Kulimak, and you should only buy or unveil this stuff with these 3 modifiers: level and quantity of socketed support gems, increased spell damage, and crit multi. So don't buy another Cane of Kulimak without these modifiers. If it's too expensive for you now, you can buy another rare stuff with spell damage, crit multi, and level 2 chaos gems. Next is helmet. I recommend to craft helmet by yourself, just spamming reforged defense in harvest. So buy unique crown with Forbidden Rite lab enchantment and look for 500 plus forts and resistances. Next item is amulet. We need plus 2 chaos gems with crit multi. So what you should do? Just buy an amulet with fractured crit multi and go watch my video about plus 2 amulet crafting. It's a guaranteed craft. As a body armor we use Skin of the Lords with glancing blows for maximum block or other passive that doesn't destroy your build, so check what passive does before buying. Also be careful because on this body armor sockets cannot be modified, so buy with right colors already. It can be 3 blue, 1 green, 1 red as I use, or it can be 2 blue, 1 green, 2 red. And just replace Arcane Surge and take him power level 4. Next is 2 rings. We use Hardbound Loop and you should have only 420 physical damage taken on minion death. Without that your build will not work right. If you have enough currency, you can buy rings with Zealotry increased effect implicit. If you don't, it's okay. Next is glows. I recommend to craft glows like a helmet, so we need only resistances and wards. You should buy unique gauntlets with fractured T1 elemental resistance and just go reforge defense in harvest until you get good resistances and 400 plus wards. Next is belt. On belt we look for strength, increased flask effect duration, reduced flask charges used, and increased cooldown recovery rate. You can buy this belt for around 7 divines or just craft it with harvest reforged life and have increased flask effect duration fracture. Next is boots. On boots we need ward, resistances and movement speed. Also we should have increased cooldown recovery rate in implicit, and I craft in the same way as gloves and helmet. About all eldritch implicits in this build, just do the same as I have. Now about flasks. We have only 3 flasks, and first is All Rose Resolve. This is our main flask, and this flask should be always active when we fire our skills, because when the charges run out, we die. So craft reused at the end of this flask effect, or just buy with this enchantment. Next flask is Dying Sun. We use it because 2 additional projectiles, increased area and fire resistance, because in this build it's hard to get elemental resistances on items. Also we need the same enchantment here, and the last one is Quicksilver. And craft additional elemental resistances on these flasks. Also you need to craft use when charges reach full. And the last important item in this build is Weapon Swap. You should always have 2 wands with trigger spectral spirits on the swap, because without it, this build doesn't work. Just buy 2 wands and use Essence of Insanity for this modifier, that's all. Other modifiers don't matter. Now about skill gems, and after gems I will tell you how actually we start our Forbidden Rite and Soul Rent. So now let's talk about all the gems in this build, and Awakened versions you can replace with regular ones if you don't have enough currency. But about alternative quality of gems, you should buy exactly the same. Very important that your 3 divergent cast when damage taken gems should be with level 20 and have 20 quality. In this build we have 2 6-link skill gems that deal damage. First is Forbidden Rite, and we use it in our stuff with increased critical damage for crit multi, Awakened Void Manipulation for more chaos damage, level 4 Empower for level of gems, greater multiply projectiles for 4 additional shots, and divergent cast when damage taken. Next 6-link is Soul Rent and Hex Blast. We use it with greater volley for additional projectiles, divergent cast when damage taken to trigger these skills, Awakened Void Manipulation, and Arcane Surge. Next one is Mark and Minions. It should be Divergent Assassin's Mark, Divergent cast when damage taken, Anomalous Summon Skeletons, and Anomalous Minion Speed with level 20 and 20 quality. About minion speed, it's so important to have exactly anomalous version and have 20 quality, because it reduces 40% minions duration, and in this build we should have total 99% reduced minion duration, so 40% from this gem and 59% from unique jewels. Next one is our Despair Curse and Phase Run. We use it with regular cast when damage taken level 20 and enhanced level 3. And the last gem set is Zealotry Aura, Frost Blink or Flame Dash for movement, Divergent Eternal Blessing and Righteous Fire. That's all about skill gems. Now let's talk about passive tree and finally how you should activate this build. So here is my passive tree for maximum level, and there are a few important things that you should know for this build. First is to dust unique jewels. As I said before, you should have 99% reduced minion duration total to trigger our main skills. So we have 40% reduced duration from anomalous minion speed, and you need to buy 3 to dust jewels with total 59% reduced skeleton duration, and it's 2 jewels with 20% and 1 with 19%. They're not too expensive, so it's easy to buy exactly with this amount. Next one is Timeless Jewel. We buy something with increased critical strike chance and look at the Conqueror. So before buying Timeless Jewel, you should import it to your passive building, or you can use website for Timeless Jewels, link in the description. Also in this build we have 2 large cluster jewels and 4 medium. One large cluster gives us Conjured Wall for spell damage and block, and Essence Rush for damage and leech. Also 2 identical medium clusters. They should be with 6 passive skills, have fasting and added small passive skills also grant increased flask charges gained, because our flasks equals our damage and survivability. Next large cluster jewel you can buy or craft with any passives that give you chaos damage, and about medium clusters, one is fasting and brute for potency and another one with circling oblivion and dark ideation. Also in this build we have Impossible Escape Jewel with Iron Grip, so we can take these 2 passives for life and mana without being connected to our tree. The last important thing on this passive tree is Watcher's Eye, unique jewel that gives us increased critical strike chance against enemies on consecrated ground. And now I will show you how actually activate our skills. Finally, when you have 99% reduced skeleton duration, 2 wands on swap and increased cooldown recovery rate, you're ready to play this build at full power. When you enter the map, you should activate your flasks, then do weapon swap 2 times, activate your Righteous Fire and go kill monsters. Your skills will be shooting and you will not die as long as the ward flask is active. If your skills stopped, just reactivate your flasks and do swap your weapon 2 times, or you will die. If you killed all the monsters on the map and want to take the loot, you should take off and put on your helmet and you will not die. So friends, at the end I wanna say it was a really long video for me, because I like to keep it short and clear. Everyone can make this build if they strictly follow all my advices. Cast when damage taken Occultist can run all the mods except increased cooldown recovery rate, and on bosses maps it's reduced flask charges. Thank you for watching this video, also check the description first. It was Rite, and good luck.